Aloha, and welcome to another edition of Living Authentically Out Loud. Adena Sampson here. And today's title, The Only Way Out is Through. How true is that statement? So with that, let's go ahead and let's get started. So the question I have for you today, are you looking for a way out? Of life in general, circumstances, people, places, things, whatever. Are you looking for a way out? And when things don't go your way, do you run and hide? Do you? Ask yourself that question. When things don't go your way, do you run and hide? You know, last week we talked about a whole new world, how our old world is falling away from us, and how that's causing us a lot of fear, panic, and anxiety because what we have created or what we're looking to create has yet to arrive. And through that panic and anxiety, a lot of us look for a way to escape. But before I go into that, I really want to leave you with this quote here. I want to say this quote. Alanis Morissette is the woman who is singing on this song, The Only Way Out is Through. And there's a part in her song where she says, we could just walk away and hide our heads in the sand. We could just call it quits, only to start over again with somebody else. Ain't that the truth, right? The grass is not always greener on the other side. We spoke about personal growth before, how we create our own reality, right? And if we're not aware of our patterns, we will create it again. So how many of you have left a codependent relationship only to find yourself in the exact same space with somebody new? So if you're in a relationship right now and you're looking to move forward and grow, yes, it might be the best thing for you to let it go. But until you really look within to gain your perspective, it takes two to tango, right? On what you can learn from the relationship, you have a big possibility of recreating it again. You need to take that time for yourself so you can really move forward and grow, right? So whether it's a codependent relationship or another addiction, we tend to look to escape from hurtful situations in our life, right? And we tend to redirect that energy and focus into another activity. We do it. We've always done it, okay? Whether that's smoking, drinking, sex, shopping, food, work, you name it. It can be a number of things, right? Big or small. This activity, only for some of us, unfortunately becomes a compulsive addiction, right? It becomes a compulsive addiction because you're doing it so much, maybe you're not even realizing it. And you do it so much that you end up in this circumstance, this circumstance. For a couple of years, I told you guys, I was a major workaholic. There could be a number of reasons of why I had done that. And maybe I didn't even realize it right away. But there are numerous reasons why I did it, where I was going, what I wanted. But maybe it also offered me an escape of some sort, right? An escape of some sort to deal with maybe some of the other issues that were going on in my personal life. So really think about this. So when you have an addiction, big or small, some of us get into a situation where it's pretty bad and the compulsion becomes a crutch, right? It's a false sense of security, a momentary fix. And there are many reasons why we do this. Normally it's to numb the emotional, physical, or psychological pain that we may be feeling in the moment that we cannot handle, right? And we immediately, we picture somewhere else comforting to go in an attempt to escape from the reality that we are currently experiencing, right? Greener pastures. And when we do this, it's quite amazing because whether we are aware or not, it's going on. And within us, we find ourselves between our two selves. It's a battle for control, right? A duality that emerges. Part of you knows the truth and says, what are you doing? And the other part of you is in complete denial and says, what are you kidding me, right? And so we can try to avoid and ignore the problem which our addiction has stemmed from as much as possible. But we can't avoid it because it still has a hold on us. The only thing that we're doing is we are masking the issue with the addiction that we're really not ready to face or really to deal with, right? So do you have an addiction in your life? And if you do, how long have you had this addiction? What is the emotion? What is the symptom behind your addiction that allows you to reach for that cigarette every time? Is it because you're nervous? Right? What is it that you reach into those bag of chips or that ice cream because you're not feeling good, you're sad, you need some comfort food, right? What is it? It is all different for each and every one of us. So we need to get to that point that we're not in denial anymore. And once we are no longer in denial, we can deal with it. However, it becomes even harder to uncover the core issue because of all the crap that's buried beneath it, right? Now we've gotten so many things, so many years, whatever, of things that are buried beneath this. And we've got to clear it away so we can get to the core issue. So how do we climb out of the mess that we've made? The only way out is through. We grow through it to get to the other side, period. Okay? And as we journey on the path of life, we may encounter many twists and turns, many ups and downs. We know this. Good or bad, it's really all relative, right? We've talked about this before. I don't really believe there's anything, there's no such thing as good or bad. It's all perception. So remember, things are not always what they seem. And what is it that you are seeking? What is it that you are seeking out of life? Is your glass half empty, or is it half full? You know, are you wearing shades, or can you see clearly? Is your curtain pulled back, or is it closed? What is it that you want out of your life? How are you viewing and perceiving the situation? That is really of utmost importance, because that's what drives us, right? So I invite you to picture a different choice for yourself. If you have an addiction, please look at that. You know, and remember that our perception makes all the difference. Living in the present moment means it's never a better time than right now, today, to make the choice, right? To look at yourself in the mirror and face the truth. What is it that you see? Take a stance, right? Take a stand to address your core issue, no matter what the addiction or circumstance. Sit with it. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's even easy to say, hey, I have a problem. But really recognize this. And if not now, when? Now you might be wanting to reach for it more than ever because of the circumstances and what we're feeling in this life and what's happening in our economy. But that doesn't make it right. You know, that doesn't help you. It just makes it worse. So if you want to really move forward, you got to clear it away. You got to clear it away so you can really create the life that you want. So whether it's personal, family, work-related, intimate relationships, the answer is all the same. We know this. I've said this before. The only way out is through. So love yourself, dig in deep. That way you can move forward clearer, bigger, better, and not keep attracting the same circumstances and things in your life. You can't run and hide, guys. You can't do it. You can only hide for so long. So the only way out is through. Much love and light to you and yours. We'll see you next time.